I swear to God, the minute this movie was over, I forgot what happened in it. So, I never really played Dead Space, other than about an hour playing the intro to the original game, but I've watched some other people play, and I know a little bit about the characters and lore behind it. The reason I bring this up is because when I start complaining about this movie, I want the context to be clear, but we'll get to all that in a minute. Let's slow down and look at the plot. Looking at the plot. The plot. P-L-O-T plot. 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 Right, so this movie kind of does the Memento thing where it starts at the end and then goes back to the beginning and works its way forward from there. So we open up with this person filming a diary entry about what happened aboard the ship, which, come on now, spoilers. Anyway, we then cut to 3 astronauts exploring a canyon when they come across some gouges in the rock formations. One of them mentions that they look exactly like some marks made by a certain kind of mining equipment. I'm not sure how they hashed that one out. And their compatriot here says that the equipment hasn't been used in 150 years, and even he's only seen them in books, which begs the question how she knows them well enough to know exactly what the marks they make look like. I genuinely thought that would be some kind of plot point, but it just isn't. It's just there to convince you that these people are smart, which is weird because I don't think you ever see them again. Anyway, they find a big rock approximately the size of a small city block and just kind of go, F it, yeah, let's take it with us. So they do. Cut back to the person from the first scene and... God, I hate this character. This is Alyssa Vincent, the head of security. You know she's tough because she scowls and swears a lot and can't even put her jacket on without doing it vaguely violently, and she's just generally unpleasant to everyone and anyone around her. I swear this character was written by an algorithm. Anyway, she's pissed off because she thinks there's some kind of correlation between the ship taking on the big rock thing and the uptick in violent incidents on board. Shocking, I know. But her commander tells her to shut up and go away. Shocking, I know. So she flips him off and we're all supposed to swoon at how cool she is or some shit, I don't know. This is also about where I noticed that there seems to be a lot of frames missing from the animation. Like it looks like a flip book. It's not particularly noticeable in most scenes because characters don't actually move around all that much, presumably because the animation department was staffed entirely by coked-up golden retrievers, but the action sequences may as well have been animated with sheets of cardboard on the rim of a moving truck tire. So anyway, it turns out there is a correlation between the ship taking on the big rock thing and the uptick in violent incidents on board. Shocking, I know. And Command suspects the local cult may have something to do with the aforementioned correlation between the ship taking on the big rock thing and the uptick in violent incidents on board. Shocking, I know. I like how this commander guy is supposed to be all tough, but everything he says sounds like it was written by a 9-year-old who once watched a portion of a TV edit of a Stallone movie and based their entire personality around it. Anyway, the big guy here is a member of said local cult and agrees to be the go-between for the ship's command and the nut bars on deck. Meanwhile, Vincent grabs her security team and... I'm alright. I'm okay. Whew. Holy shit. I'm sorry. I just... Oh, I can't breathe. Okay, I'm cool. Okay, I'm good. I'm cool. Whew. I can't take any of these f***ing people seriously, but I'm okay. Whew. Anyway, Vincent grabs her security team and heads to the lower deck and who designed these f***ing people? I mean, holy shit, this was the best you could do? Okay, I'm gonna try to get through this. Whew. Okay. So they go downstairs and get attacked by a mutated corpse guy with pointy arms, but none of them seem particularly bothered by it. They just kind of get into a punch-up with it. This happens, no joke, 3 more times. They just keep punching this thing and knocking it down, and then it gets up and they punch it again. So they survive the first attack, but then shit gets funky again when they run into a bunch more, and suddenly remember they all have guns and open fire. Yeah, this movie's filled with animation mistakes, like how this one lady cuts her own throat and then 5 seconds later her body's being carried down a hall and she's completely unharmed. Also, only the guy at the front of the line ever reloads his weapon. I guess they're just hoping you won't notice that the people in the back have infinite ammunition. Also, these frantic action scenes really make the choppy animation even more obvious, and it kind of hurts my eyes a little bit. Anyway, they get rescued by John Goodman from before, and he shows them how to kill the monsters with laser chainsaws? No, seriously, they make chainsaw noises. No f***ing clue why. So yeah, turns out the main engines are being sabotaged or some shit. I don't know, I stopped paying attention around this point. The ship is going to crash, so the fabulous flying here have to make their way through the ship to stop that from happening. Along the way, they come across more monsters, and the blonde dude literally saws the blue-haired bald lady in half the long way for no readily apparent reason. Eventually, Vincent's the only one left, and she decides to record the journal entry that we see at the end and then open the airlock to fire it off into space. Unfortunately, she also ends up flying off into space, and then the ship from the game shows up, and that's sort of the end of it. Yeah, I'm really not sure how this movie has all these 6 and 7-point ratings on IMDb. And one of them calls it an anime, which is kind of fun. Seriously, if you need a good laugh, look up the reviews for this movie. Half of them are people saying it was shockingly good, with no doubt in their mind Pulitzer-winning titles like Not As Dead As They Say, and the other half is people wondering if they all saw the same movie, and it is endlessly entertaining. So, to sum up, barely passable voice acting, choppy, static, stiff animation, cliched characters, and absurdly incompetent writing where cool equals swears a lot, and blood and gore means grown up and mature. In short, I didn't like it. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.